Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video I'm going to do my first week of finals tips and predictions. Utter shock that the home and away season is already finished and now we're heading into finals, which is really exciting. But yeah, it's been an awesome season. It's been one of the closest seasons on record, but yeah, it's just been an amazing season.
As we always do, we're going to go through my round 24 tips and see what we got. Overall, I did really good. I got a 7 out of 9, pretty good round. Tipped Collingwood to beat Melbourne on the Friday night to get over the Ds, and they did. Smashed them. I thought it was going to be closer than that, but they pretty much smashed them out of the gates. Pretty easy to tip. Hawks absolutely annihilated the Brews. Tipped the Hawks there in what a game, and they're in the finals, so that's exciting to see. Now Geelong beat West Coast very comfortably there by 93 points. Always thought Geelong was going to win in that one, so pretty easy. It was 100 points up at half time at that one point, and Jezza kicked like 9 goals. So good game for the Cats there to boost into third spot in the finals. Tipped Richmond in a kind of an upset to beat Gold Coast, but that didn't end up happening. Obviously Gold Coast got the job done. I realistically saw it going either way, but it ended up being closer than most people thought. But yeah, tipped Richmond there, didn't get it right. Tipped Brisbane over the Bombers, pretty straightforward to be honest. But Brisbane's goal kicking was absolutely horrendous. 11 goals, 21. What are we doing? Anyway, we still got the win. I'll take that heading into finals. Then I tipped Sydney to get over the Crows, pretty easy in that. They smashed them out of the blocks there. Yeah. And tipped the Giants to get over the Bulldogs. Thought it was going to be much closer than that, but then the Bulldogs were just too good for the Giants there. Then, happy with this call, happy with this tip. Saints got over the Blues really comfortably. Not comfortable, what am I talking about? An absolute thriller of a game. It was an absolute upset, and yeah, Jack Higgins with that miracle goal at the end there, which was really good to see, and yeah, but luckily for Carlton, Port got the job done over Fremantle. Yeah, tipped Port over Fremantle there, and got done pretty comfortably there. It was a decent game to watch. I watched a bit of it, but I didn't watch too much of it. But yeah, Port finished second, and they snuck the Blues into the finals. Overall, for this season, I have gotten 134 total tips correct. So it was a pretty good season for me. I don't know if you can check other seasons, but yeah. Anyways, that was all of my tips for this year, and now we can get into the juicy stuff, the finals tips.
And here we are, the finals tips for the first week. To start off, we got Port Adelaide taking on Geelong at the Adelaide Oval. This one, absolute ripper of a game. Probably not the best plan of Thursday not to rip it underway, especially at the Adelaide Oval. But anyway, still just as good. Port coming off a great season in the home and away season. They looked pretty washed towards the end, but then they came back really firing up and strong, and the likes of Zach Butters, Connor Rosie, Esava Garedic-Galea playing up forward, really great. I don't know if he'll get a stint up forward in the finals, but we're gonna have to find out. Geelong, on the other hand, they had a really good season too. I honestly doubted them in the preseason, thinking they'd finish 14th, but they ended up finishing 3rd, which is really good for the Cats there. Obviously, Jeremy Cameron starring as usual. Great players stepping up. Hawkins played a decent game this year, and he'll retire at the end of the year. I don't know if he'll play in the finals, but we're gonna have to find out. We'll have a see. But yeah, in this one, all of these finals games are so hard to tip, especially this one. Look, I've considered tipping Geelong, but after reconsideration, I feel like Port should just get up here. Home advantage in the finals. It'll bolster them into a preliminary final. And yeah, I feel like although the Cats do fare pretty well on the turf of the Adelaide Oval, I feel like Port should just get the win here, and that's why I'm going to be tipping them. I'm going to be tipping them by 14 points. I reckon it'll be closer. I reckon Geelong will actually rule the game in the first half, and then Port will get on a comeback here. But yeah, I'm going to tip Port here. Next up, on the Friday night, we've got arguably the best clash of the round, and honestly shouldn't even be arguably. We got the Western Bulldogs taking on Hawthorn at the MCG, and surprisingly here, it's the only MCG game for this whole week of finals. It's usually like 3, most of them would rule the MCG, but only 1. Very surprising. I guess all the interstate teams have been doing good this year, and the Victorian teams not so much. But in this one, it was very hard to tip this one. But look, as much as I want Hawthorn to win, they've had a great season, especially after finishing 0-5, starting 0-5. I feel like the Dogs are going to be too strong for Hawthorn here. I feel like the Dogs have had more finals experience. They had a better season. Honestly, their 6th spot, them finishing 6th spot is kind of unrealistic, to be honest, considering the season they had. They should honestly be in the top 4. But yeah, in this one, I'm going to be tipping the Dogs. I'll tip them by 8 points. I feel like as much as I really want Hawthorn to win and go into finals and see how they'll go and all this entertainment from the Hawks and stuff, definitely, I feel like the Dogs are a much better side here with Treloar, Bontempelli, Jamari Eagle-Hagan's been great up forward, and I feel like although the Hawthorn do have more experience at the MCG than the West Bulldogs do, as the Bulldogs play all their home games at Marvel more than the MCG, and yeah, as much as I can see Hawthorn winning this, look, it's definitely, I can see both sides winning it, but I'm just going to weigh up on the Bulldogs. I feel like they'll be too strong for them and move into the finals. Next up, on the Saturday afternoon, we've got Sydney Swans taking on the GWS Giants at the SCG for the first qualifying final. And in this one, very interesting. Don't know who to tip. It is such a hard game to tip. See both teams running away where they're comfortably close or anything like that. Sydney season, they've been brilliant. Minor premiers, obviously, and they have been hard to beat all year. And the Giants, on the other hand, they also had a brilliant year. They started off really well and they dropped down a little bit out of the 8, and then they bolstered back up and they've locked in a 4th position. Now I can definitely see both teams winning this, but I feel like Sydney should get up here due to the fact that they've won both the fixtures between the Giants this year comfortably, even at the Giants Stadium in the Sydney Showgrounds and at the SCG. I feel like the Swans just have enough experience and can go on and beat Giants here. But I can definitely see Giants winning it. Like, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sydney got up either. But I reckon it's going to be an absolute thriller. I'm going to be tipping Sydney here by 3 points, and an absolute thriller. I reckon it's just going to be one of the best games of the round, obviously, as it's finals. But yeah, I'm going to be tipping Sydney. And to finish off the first week of the finals, we've got my Brisbane Lions taking on Carlton at the Gabba. Oh, this one, look, it should be straightforward here. The Lions probably should win and are expected to win, but obviously the Blues beat us by a point earlier in the year, in opening round actually, by a singular point, which I was at that game and I wasn't very impressed with it at all. And but on the other hand, on the good side of things, the Lions beat Carlton in the prelim final last year at the Gabba. Might give us some confidence coming into that, but Blues will definitely want to shake up and possibly even make an upset here. And yeah, look, Carlton themselves, they've had a pretty on and off season. They're honestly lucky to be in finals, and it's purely to the fact that their list has been injured, hit with injuries. You know, Sam Doherty did his ACL in the opening round game against Brisbane actually. And Tom de Koning is still another couple of weeks away. Curnow, we don't know when he's going to return, if he returns in the finals, if they make it past the elimination final. And Harry Mackay is set to come back this week to face the Lions. And Sam Doherty also announced he's coming back too off an ACL, and that's brilliant for him. And the Lions, though, have been a bit shaky the last couple of weeks, just winning 1 out of their last 3, heading into finals. And their goal kicking accuracy has been absolutely atrocious, kicking 11 goals, 22 last week against the Bombers, 21 actually, and 8 goals, 16 a couple of weeks before that against the Giants at the Gabba. Now, if Brisbane want to win this and Brisbane want to get anywhere in finals, they just have to start kicking straight. And I feel like against the Blues, they really have a chance to capitalise on that and work towards it. And yeah, I feel like I can definitely see the Blues winning it, but I'm going to tip Brisbane here to be safe. I'm going to tip them by 18 points. I just feel like Brisbane at the Gabba on an elimination final, considering how much finals experience they have. The Blues only been in the finals just last year, and they're injury depleted coming into this game. But I'm going to go Brisbane, but I reckon it's going to be a good contest. So anything can happen really, but I'm going to tip Brisbane here. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and see you next week for the semi-finals tips. Also shout out, subscribe to Hacer and D-Train. It's me and my mate's vlogging channel. we will be doing our adventures and stuff on there. And yeah, so go subscribe to that channel. And anyways, hope you all enjoy